Most people complicate credit, right? And it's not because they're complicated because they want to complicate it. They're complicating it because they don't have the knowledge, right? You guys heard this before. Knowledge is power. Well, the problem is they don't have the knowledge. Why did I create the credit game? So that you guys would have the knowledge to be able to remove negatives, remove late payments, add positives, and get your credit score to a high position to where you can live life on your terms instead of living life on its terms. So you want life to happen to you, or do you want to happen to life? So my thing about it is this, guys. Look, you can be broke, you can have bad credit, you can have a shitty car, you can have no house, you can live in the ghetto, you can have a car that's falling apart, the wheels are falling off of it, you can have no credit cards, or if you do have the credit cards, you can have the little baby boys, right? The little training wheel ones, the little $500. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm talking to you with the Capital One Platinum card, maybe the Credit One Bank, and if you're lucky, you get the Discover IT card, right? You know exactly who you are. You're like, damn, that's me right there, right? And you guys are settling because you don't know what you're doing. I'm the only person in credit history that comes to you every freaking day. Why do I come to you every freaking day? Because I want you to learn credit. I want you to understand it. Just like you can spit out your kid's name. John, Tom, right, Jamaica, whatever. Right? Jerome. Right. It's easy because you know your kid's name. But what you don't know is credit. And as an adult, guys, you need to know how credit works. Or you're going to get hammered on interest rates, settling, bad car. I just went through the whole list. You want to do the things in life that'll make you happy, or do you want to live life because you don't know what the hell to do? I would hope that you want to live life and be happy, to do the things you want to do, and stop worrying about living cash paycheck to paycheck. Stop worrying about living, once you get momentum, guys, this is good. Look, you know how many people every single day I have got and been fortunate enough to help millions, not thousands, millions of people raise their credit score. And with the credit game starting in February of 2020, we've been able to change hundreds of thousands of lives. No joke. This gets me up every day. You want to know what my why is? Helping somebody raise their credit score to the point to where they're able to go do what they want to do, and they're thankful, and they reach back out and say, you know what, Mike, you changed my life, man. I really appreciate you. Right? I was able to do X, and my family's in a much better position right now, and I'm just thankful for you. That's why I get in bed. I am changing the national credit average, not Johnny's credit. The national, guys, 330 million people across America will have an over 700 average credit score in 2021. My goals are big, right? I don't think small, right? Which is why I grew the fastest credit channel in YouTube history, which is why I grew the largest Tradeline company in the world. I don't like thinking small, and I don't want you to think small, and I want you to live life on your terms. Is there a reason why I have 43 credit cards? Is there a reason why I have an 829 credit score? Because I figured out the game. I wrote the game. I know how to play it. Like anything, if you play it consistent, if you guys just took a few minutes every day and were watching my videos and actually took action by contacting me saying, Mike, I need help, man. Like, humble yourself. You need help. It just takes some balls if you're a man. I can't talk about that if we're a woman. But it takes courage to pick up the phone and say, man, I need help. Dude, humble yourself. Call me. I will help you. That's what I'm here for. My team's out there. They want to help you. Stop worrying about money, man. You're worrying about the wrong things. You're thinking too small. It costs money to get help. Dude, it's costing. How much is it costing you right now not to have good credit? Put it in perspective of what it's costing you not to have good credit. Because when you get an 800 credit score, you're now valued $100,000. So why are you worried about peanuts? Stop worrying about peanuts and start worrying about what you can do when you have good credit. Guys, I'm going to show you what credit cards to get. The high limit credit cards. How to get the best loans. Right? How to get funding for your business. How to increase your business credit. I go through all this with you. Believe me, if you get in my program and you don't see a difference in your credit score and you don't see a difference in your finances, I'll refund the whole thing back to you. You have nothing to lose. But let me tell you something. Today's video is about how to remove collections and charge-offs and late payments. And which one's harder to remove? Okay, you guys are gonna love this. I'm about to bomb something on you right here. So stay to the end because I got something for you. Okay, if it's your first time on the channel, please hit the subscribe button. I want to come to you every day. I'm a motivator. I'm a credit guru. The credit God. That's what I've been doing for the last decade, guys. Right? That's why I'm #1 in the space. Right? You're not bragging if it's not bragging if it's true, right? Here's what I've been told. Help more people with credit than anybody in the world. Because I'm about as real as it gets. I'm not going to sugarcoat bullshit. I'm not going to come up here formal and try to pretend like I'm stuffed up. Dude, I'm real. I'm as real as it gets. And I want to help you, so call me. But let me tell you something first. You need to remove collections because you have 3 options. You can remove collections and charge off yourself. You're talking 8 to 12 months. You can remove late payments, probably a little bit longer, right? Let's first talk about doing me a favor, because with your help, I was able to grow the fastest credit channel in national history on YouTube. And take a second right now to hit the like button. If you would do that for me, please, that's very much appreciated. Just hit the like button, okay? And I will bring content to you every single day. Believe me, I don't just do this because of my help. I do it because I want to help you guys. Because I love each and every one of my subscribers. I want to help you. To remove late payments or collections, which one's harder? Well, first of all, you have to understand the credit game. The credit game is this. A late payment is much harder than a collection. Okay? Because a late payment typically means you're still using the account. And it's newer. Remember, late payments go 30, 60, 90, 120, and generally goes to collections after about 180 days. Okay? So, a couple different options. First, I want to share with you something extremely important. If you want to remove a collection or charge-off and understanding the credit game, what would be the first thing you would need to know? You would need to know the knowledge of what happens with credit. How do they verify the information to say it is verified or removed? When you go ahead and send your dispute letters in, okay, do you know where you're sending them to? Are you sending them to the collector, ABC collector? Or are you sending them to Chase or the bank? Or do you send it to the credit bureaus? I'm going to tell you. But first step is you need to pull a credit report. Now, I'm going to tell you, guys are going to need Identity IQ, and I'm going to put the link in the description box. You are going to need it anyway, and I'm going to share with you at the end of this video why you're going to need it. So the link for Identity IQ is in the description box. You will need this. It's like oxygen to your brain. Like, it's the blood running through your veins. That's how much you need it. You need a 3-bureau credit report. Now, in order to remove a collection or charge-off, you have to first understand what the credit bureaus do to verify, right? First, what happens is you send in your disputes, and they have 45 days if you send to the creditor first, and then the creditor has 15 days to get to the credit bureaus to validate the information to say, is it valid or can we delete it? Now, here's what I want you to do. After you pull your 3-bureau credit report, you have a couple options. Option number 1 is you can do the work yourself. Okay? The FCRA and the Federal Trade Commission say that I have to say that you have the legal right to challenge all information that you feel is inaccurate, obsolete, unfair, unduly, or incorrect on your credit report. You can do it yourself. You do not need anybody else to do it. Like I said yesterday, what's more important to you, time or money? If time's more important, then have a professional do it. If money's more important to you, take your time. If you have no rush and you don't care about bad credit, then do it yourself, right? If I want to fix my roof, I can do it myself, or I can hire somebody to do it the right way. Okay? So you have 2 options. Just pick which one you want. In order to remove, you need to remove all, listen to me, this is very important, guys. Every address, once you pull your credit report, every address, every alias name, every phone number, address, name, phone number, and job employment that is attached to the collection that you are trying to remove. Let me give you an example. You have 10 collections, okay? You only want, when you pull your credit report, okay, you only want 1 address, 1 phone number. You're going to see it when you pull your credit report, but every address you ever lived at, every phone number you've ever had, every job employment you ever had, it's all public records on your credit report, okay? And it's going to have every alias name. You want all of it gone, except for 1 of each. 1 name, 1 phone number, 1 address, and 1 job employment that is not attached to any collections. If the place that you are currently living at while you're watching this video is one that has the collections attached to it, then on your credit report, you will find an address, a phone number, a name, and a job employment that is not attached, and leave that one. So you're only leaving one of each that is not associated with any collection or charge off. Okay? I'm giving you guys a damn nugget here. Because when the credit bureaus go to verify, they have nothing to attach that information to validate, because there's no phone number on there, there's no name on there, there's no address on there, and there's no job employment that's attached to the collection, so they have to remove it. If you only knew the credit game, this is just the tip of the iceberg. This is why I'm talking to you guys. This is what I did for myself. Okay? I created the credit game when I was at a 515. I was at the bottom of the barrel. Literally, I was to the point to where I was at the lowest point in my life. And I created something that is now worldwide. I had to do it. Today I'm at 829 credit score. Once you remove all that negative information that's not attached to any, right? You don't want anything that's attached to collections. Then, okay, and only then, you send in your dispute letters. It is called a hardship or a goodwill letter. You can get the cookie cutter ones, right? They're cookie cutter. They're not going to work as good. I'm going to be honest with you, okay? They are not going to work as good. Everybody in the country has been using them. They're worn out, okay? Inside the credit game, I have proprietary letters, the goodwill letter, the personal update form letter that I used. It's the same one I used. It works like a charm. That letter is what you send in, and you're going to put on the letter what you want removed, what addresses, what phone numbers, what alias names, and what job employment you want removed. You send that letter in. I show you exactly how to mail it. I show you where to mail it to. I show you the time frame they need to respond back to, because according to the FCRA, they only have a certain amount of time. They have to follow the law as well, the credit bureaus and the creditors. And if they don't, then you know what to do, because inside the credit game, I show you exactly how to sue them and get your motherfucking shit off. Okay? So, update personal information letter. It is inside the credit game, okay? The series I put together, because it's the same one I used, okay? It is not the cookie cutter bullshit, okay? I'll be honest with you. It's not that one, okay? It is a phenomenal letter. You use that letter, and you put everything that you need removed off your credit report there. You send that in. They have a certain amount of time to respond back. They will respond back, say, hey, we have removed X. Now, you should only have one of each. One phone number, one name, one address, and one job employment. Now you're cooking, because then you're going to go to letter number one inside the credit game. Okay, and again, you can send your own letters in. They are going to be cookie cutter. They're not proprietary letters. I know it works, and I know how I helped millions of people, because they have been using the letters. They work, okay? I know how to get the right codes in there. I know how to play the game. I know how to play the lawsuit game. I know what the codes need to be. I know the insides of the credit game. And if it's not put on that letter, then everybody in the world is sending the other cookie cutter letters. They're just going to... So what happens essentially is this. When you send in your letters, your letter is turned into a code from number 26 all the way to 84. The higher the number between 26 and 84, the more relevant it's going to be, and the more likely that they are going to remove the higher number, more likely they're going to remove it. More urgency on the letter. Okay? So essentially, your letter and you become a number the minute you start challenging information. Okay? There's not a human opening letters. Okay, well, I'm going to remove this. This one looks pretty good. No, it's all done by computers, guys. And it's converted. Your letter is converted into a 2-digit code. And so the higher the number is the more urgency, which means they're going to probably remove it as to not verify it, okay? So more likely it's going to come off, okay? But the letters that are proprietary I'm talking about were hand-done. They're proprietary letters that were done that are very effective with getting a high number, okay? The cookie cutters are going to be your 26s. The letters that are inside the credit game are very, very effective to removing, they're not the 609s, okay, to removing the collections. Because step one, I just told you, once you remove all that crap off your credit report, all the personal data information, then they come back and say it's all been removed. Then you send in letter number one to the credit bureaus, not the creditors, credit bureaus with letter number one proprietary, okay? and then whatever doesn't fall off, because you have about a 70% deletion ratio or higher on first round, guys, then you move on to letter number 2, which is also in the credit game. I show you exactly how to do it, how to mail it, what the priority mail to use, how to get the best results, what codes to look for. I show you everything you need to be successful. Then, lastly, we have a lawsuit letter. And that basically says, if you don't move this crap off my credit report immediately, we are going to arbitration. Okay? And the last thing that the credit bureaus want is a lawsuit. They'd rather remove it, especially with everything that Equifax just went through and all the crap that the country just went through. The last thing they want to do is have a lawsuit against them. So it is easier for them to remove it other than have a lawsuit. So those are the letters, and in row, I show you exactly how to do it inside the credit game. Now, late payments. 3 ways you can do this. Number one, we give you 3 ways to remove a late payment. Number one, you can remove a late payment. Well, let me put it this way. Number one's not going to remove a late payment, but number one basically going to stop it from getting later. You see, the later the late payment gets, the more effective or destroying it's going to be to your credit. So 30-day late is not as bad as a 60, and a 60 is not as bad as a 90, and 90 is not as bad as a 120. If you can catch it early, okay, option number one is to pay off the past due amount so it doesn't go to a 60, okay, and then continue to pay your bills on time. Okay, that's a way that you can stop it from getting bad. But that way, just let me tell you guys something. It is going to be on your credit for the next 7 years. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to be the bad news, but the minute you pay a late payment, you're going to assume that it is yours, okay, because you made the payment, and thus it will be on your credit report for the next 7 years, affecting the hell out of you. But it's better to pay it instead of it going to 60, 90, 120. Make sure you get it paid and get it caught early. But if you're not going to look in your credit report, then guess what? You're not going to know. That's why I said you need to pull the credit report, which is inside the description. Make sure you get a 3-bureau credit report first before anything. Now, number 2 step is you can use what they call a hardship letter, okay, or a forbearance letter. That's also inside the credit game. It is what I use to remove late payments, okay? It is very, very, very effective if you are not already at 60, 90, or 120. If you just have a 30-day late, okay, the chances of it getting removed are very, very strong with the letter that I have that's inside the credit game that I put together, okay? Again, these aren't cookie cutters. These aren't like 609s. These are not that crap that everybody's using in the world, okay? Now, third option to remove a late payment is this. If you believe that account is not yours, maybe you were a victim of identity theft. Maybe the account, somebody took out your name. The credit bureaus have to verify that information because remember, the onus is on them, not on you. You can challenge anything that if you look on your credit report, you're like, hey, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's not me. I don't know who this is. I believe it's incorrect. I believe it's unfair. I believe it's unduly. I believe it's erroneous. I don't want it on my credit report. You have the legal right of challenging that information whenever you want. They have to prove otherwise, that it is yours. So option number 3 is this. It is much easier to remove the entire account. If you're like, look, this ain't my account. It's not my account. I want the entire account removed. Then my vendor, which I'm going to share with you in a minute, which I didn't have, by the way, guys, when I went from a 515 to a 829, my vendor will challenge the validity of the account for you. So now it is much easier to remove the entire account than try to challenge the late payment and to keep the account. So yeah, the whole account might be gone. But if you're like, it's not mine, I don't care about it, I'm not using it, it's not, then remove the whole account, right? That is option number 3. And it is extremely effective. I'm talking about, if I were to say a percentage, and I don't want to quote percentages, I would say high 80s to 90s. That's the effectiveness that my vendor is able to challenge accounts with. Very, very high successful rate. Okay? So, I say all to tell you this. What's more important to you, time or money? Because if you don't want to waste any more time and you want to go into 2021 knowing that you're taken care of and know that, like, yeah, look, man, they're going to take care of me. I'm going to sit back and do what I've been doing, right? Because I know, guys, listen, if you're getting results extremely fast, and I didn't tell you this, But the elite credit repair that's done, you get inside my program, and what I am doing for you is doing and bypassing the option of you doing it yourself initially, right? Now you can help a family member, a friend, a coworker, a client, or whatever, with the letters. You can even double impact it by doing the letters yourself and having the vendor do the work at the same time. And yes, you can do it at the same time because the vendor is not using the letter format. They are doing it digitally. They have proprietary software that no one in the nation has, but I think only 2 people. So yes, you can double impact, and I definitely implore you to do that, meaning the letters that are inside the associate's program or bachelor's program, okay, the ones we're talking about inside the credit game, you can use those, do all the work that I share with you how to do, and have the vendor at the same exact time challenging it electronically. It will not interfere by doing both, okay? So I wanted to make sure I was clear about that. The vendor's getting results in under 90 days, generally 60 days, but I'd say 90 just because of COVID and the holidays and everything. It is the fastest credit repair on the entire planet, period. And a discussion, there's nothing faster, okay? So what I'm doing for you guys is this. I just shared with you how to remove collections, charge-offs, and late payments, okay? You can do it yourself, right? But you're going to use the cookie cutters or the 609s everybody in the world's using. Or you can get in the credit game, save time, save money, do it yourself. And on top of that, I'm including the elite credit repair for you guys today, okay? I'm doing it for the first 5 callers, so all you have to say when you call in is, look, this is exactly what you need to say. I watched Mike's video on removing charge-offs. I told my team to look for you guys, for you to say that. The first 5 callers, here's what I'm doing. I'm giving you half off of Tradelines, age Tradelines. I'm giving you elite credit repair, the fastest credit repair on the planet, what we just talked about, and the entire program that I built for myself. So you can use it over and over. It'll be put in your email. You can help a family member, a friend. I guarantee you have a family member, friend, coworker, or a client that has bad credit. How nice would it be that you could share the information with them or sell it, right? Because it's a digital product. You could sell it to them as well and make money, and 50% off of Tradelines as well through my VIP vendor. Guys, I'm about giving back, and I want to help each and every one of you guys change your credit future so you can live life like how I live my life, right? I don't worry about money. I don't worry about finances. I don't worry about credit cards. I don't worry about loans. I get what I want. I get what car I want. I get what house I want. I get what credit card I want. I get what job I want. If I wanted anything, I get what I want because I've got a very high credit score, and it feels amazing to have that. Can you say that about you? If you can't, be the first 5 caller to call me right now, as soon as you watch this video, and let me help you change your life so you can say the same thing. I love you guys. Thank you for watching The Credit Game. 904-420-7772. First 5 callers right now are getting everything I talked about and more. I want to talk to you on the floor. I'm going to be out there walking around. Say what's up to you. Mention I watched a video from Mike of how to remove collection, and they will take care of you. Thank you for watching The Credit Game. My name is Mike. Take care.